Okay, so you can hear it a little bit, but you can hear my voice over the AC. So again, if you hear the AC and you're wearing headphones, I apologize. I'm doing this video while my husband's golfing because I have a fear of talking in front of people, even on the camera. Does that make any sense? I don't know if I'm making any sense. Anyway, this is the curriculum, and I'm gonna go sit and explain it over everything, if that makes any sense. Okay, and if I hit the camera, I'm sorry. We're gonna start with Emily, who is our 9th grader. So for her, I have found this math book. Again, I'm sorry if the camera shakes. I'm all trying to get back into the swing of things. This is a legit textbook that I got at a Goodwill, and we started off in it already. It's got review tests in it, mixed numbers, that sort of thing. This is a legit high school text math book that we are working in. Most of my children are visual learners, so online learning for us doesn't work. That's why when COVID hit, my husband and I decided to homeschool them because they weren't learning anything from that. This is another textbook. It's pretty thick. This was actually the one that I used when I was in 9th grade. I found this at a Goodwill too. It's actually not mine, but I used the exact same book. And it's got labs in it too. Talks about cells. It talks about lots of things. Here's a chapter review, and here's a laboratory if we wanted to do lab work on some of the stuff. So that's Emily's science. Her and Zoey, this is a very thick textbook. I did not get this from a Goodwill. I got this from my mother, but you can get this on Amazon. I've seen them, and it was actually in my Amazon cart to get the girls. So this, all sorts of history. The girls are working on, like I said, we just started. We're working on migration, Societies of the Americas. But Em and Zoe, so Zoe's in 7th grade and Emily is in 9th. History doesn't change at all. Like, everything in here has happened. So I don't believe in changing history, and this is one of the reasons why I want hard textbooks, so that my girls know what's going on, or what has gone on in the world. Now, that being said, I have 3 of these. Yes, it says Indian Captive. They changed the title, believe it or not, because 2 of these one was mine and one was my daughter's, and I thought, oh, wouldn't that be nice? The 3 of us could read it together and have our own book. Well, they didn't make the title Indian Captive anymore. It's called Native American Captive or something like that, because I'm sorry, and most of you may not agree with me, but changing history and changing names to please everybody, that's not the America I grew up in. And I know times have changed, and I know people have changed, but I'm sorry, quit being so offensive. Indian Captive, this was a mistake that was in history, and we got to learn from it, not rewrite history because of it. That's my little spiel on that. And anyway, we're reading that for English. Moving on, so I do have other stuff for music and art and that sort of thing, but I'm kind of just going over the 4 main subjects that I'm doing with the kids, and then extracurricular gym activities like swimming and sledding and biking and walking and cardio, all that stuff we'll do later. The girls by New York State have to take a CAT test, and they did last year. They did amazing. They're both in the 90th or higher percentile for their grade, or even in a higher grade. The only thing they were both slacking in was their spelling, so that's why they both have a 6th grade spelling book. You can literally get this at Barnes & Noble. I get all these, and I think they go up to 8th grade for these, because I get them for Riley and Haley as well. So I'm going to move that over. Zoe's math book is the same one that Emily used in when we did 6th grade for Homeschool for Emily. It's a 6th grade math textbook. Like I said, I absolutely love. So this book will tell you what we're going over, and then it'll explain it, and then it'll have problem practice for it, and then it'll go over the stuff that we went over before in the previous chapters to kind of keep your mind going. And they always go up to, I believe, 25 questions before the next chapter. We were working on this last year with both the girls, but I'm going to have Zoe continue. And then Zoe's science book. So I'll explain this later, or I'll show you later, but my mom used to be a teacher, and she had textbooks and had other books and stuff, and this is what we're using for Zoe's science. And if you want, eBay has plenty of textbooks. Amazon, if you can't find them on Amazon, like I said, eBay, and then Goodwills, guys. Hit up the Goodwills. College books, tons of stuff. This is Riley's science book. This is kind of, easy. This is like 2nd, 3rd grade, 1st grade. And then I also have, if I can get it, without, I'm going to hit the camera a million times, I'm so sorry. I bought her Spectrum Science for 3rd grade, so this goes into a little bit more detail. I kind of wanted to go over simple science with her, because I know this, my mom had written up here 1st and 2nd grade, but I want to go over this first with her and then dive deeper into the other stuff. And she got this for her birthday, Junie B. Jones. We're going to be reading. She's going to be reading. We're both going to be reading. She's got a reading skills book. And I like these. Riley, she did really good. Towards the end, they have a lot of reading and figuring it out. She really liked the beginning, all these questions. She loved this from last year, so I'm hoping she'll really love it this year. She's got a 3rd grade spelling one. And she loves these ones where you can take a red pen and find the spelling, misspelled and capitalized and all that. And then here's her language arts. This is pretty simple, but again, she's 3rd grade, guys, so for her, it's very confusing. And she has 2 different math books. So Riley struggled a little bit with math. She struggled with this, the double adding and subtracting. She really struggled with adding and subtracting. And she's got an abacus, she's got visuals, but it's not syncing. So I'm hoping, that's why she's got the 2nd grade one, and then we've got the 3rd grade one, which I believe it's got problem solving and multiplication. That's where I didn't want to dive into this yet until she knew her adding and subtracting. So she's got both. So Riley's 3rd grade, Zoe's 7th, Emily's 9th, and then we have our kindergartner. We've got how do you read? How do dinosaurs go to school? She loves these. Her favorite is How Do Dinosaurs Say Goodnight. I found this kindergarten workbook. This is how I look at them in the store. If they speak out to me like this, and they make it fun, then this, because I've done this, flipped through some of them, and I didn't care for them. I believe this has everything in it. Math, it's got pretty much everything. I found Spectrum I like for certain things. That's the key. This is phonics, helping her understand her phonics. She's got a reading one, which is learning her alphabet. We're just starting to do alphabet right now. And then she's got a math. I could literally shop for school supplies, school-related books all day, every day. In fact, when my kids graduate, I will honestly tell my children if they want me to homeschool their grandkids, I'm there, because I just will not stop. Tinker, Riley used Tinker last year, and at the end of the book, they give you a reward, and she got a magnet for finishing hers. But this is Haley's science. They have different things you can work on. They have drawing. Most of it is going to be drawing for her because it's kindergarten, following tracing and that sort of thing. And then, like I said, for her, until she knows her alphabet, we won't get into this yet, but this book did amazing work for Riley. She was able to literally read after finishing this book, and I cannot wait to dive into this with Haley, but she's got to know her alphabet first. And last year was just pre-K, so she loves school, so hopefully that'll keep the momentum going. But we'll see. So yeah, that's it for all this. Let me take you. Okay, so I had showed this before. Let me back up. I didn't like the video. I erased it. I bought this bookshelf at an antique store, not really antique store, where they kind of refurbish furniture, but it's my homeschool cubby. So on this side, I have all their science and social studies. Each kid has their own bin. Dictionaries. Our morning basket has kind of taken a standstill at this point in time. And then this is all our English, reading, math is down here, and then like from here up is different grade level practice books and things like that.